So the children, if you have a question, yes, you want to come? You can stand up and come close to us, and you have a microphone. And you can sit on a chair comfortably. And we will listen again, a sound of a bell, so we can breathe all together before you ask your question. Okay?
Why are some children mean to other children even when they know it is wrong?
Dear respected Thai, dear brothers and sisters, dear friends, and dear, what's your name, please? What's your name? Hannah? Dear Hannah, your question is good question. I think that is good, is appropriate, it is good question and it's right with everyone. Sometimes we do something, even we know that it's not good, it's wrong, but we still do it. It is your case? You see, almost everyone. So your question is like for everyone. It's not only you, but for everyone. Everyone want to do the right thing, want to do the beautiful thing, want to bring happiness, joy to each other, right? Maybe you also the same. You want to bring joy, bring happiness to other. But sometimes because we don't have time, opportunity to train ourselves often, in order that bring joy, happiness, good things to people become our habit energy. And inside of us, there are some seeds. The good seeds and not good seeds. And every kind of seeds can grow up. You can imagine the earth. It's like the mother earth. In the earth, there are many things in the earth. Flower is also coming. The weed is also coming. Grass is also coming. If you know how to take care of earth, to take care of the garden, so the flowers will come up and blooming. And if you don't know how to take care of the garden, the earth, the grass, the weed can come up. So it is the same with something inside. If we don't know how to take care of not good seeds, so not good seeds can come up. It's like means. Everyone means each other because they don't know how to take care that seed inside of us. So when we do something mean to other people, we go back to ourselves and smile to ourselves and take a deep breath and we breathe with it. We let it go down into ourselves. Don't let it come up in our mind, in our head. So let it sit and let it sleep. Then it doesn't manifest. And also, sometimes we do something because our parents doing it, and we also do as our parents do, and we are not aware of this. But whatever they have done, they transmit to you, transmit to other people. The good things are also not good things. When you do something good, it's not only because you yourself alone doing it, but because your parents transmit that good seed for you. So it is why you do the good thing. So the thing is how to train ourselves in order that we know how to bring joy, happiness, and good things to other people. And we don't want to bring the bad things to other people. We don't want to mean to other people. And also, it's also lan truyền, stimulate and transmit to other people. When you mean to other people, the people you mean to you. When you do good thing to other people, the other people will do good thing for you. When you yell at people, maybe the people will be angry at you and yell at you back. When you smile to people, the people will smile to you. So it is the same, and it is also the invitation for everyone to do good things to other people. When we do good things to other people, so the good actions can vibrate to other people. And it inspires people to do the same thing. So sometimes when we are mean by other people, when I bullied by other people, but we try to go back to ourselves and do good thing to other people. Then when you do good thing to the people, they will come down. They will come down and they may smile to you, thanks to you, and do good thing back to you. Is it okay? Thank you. And I hope that you are the inspiring for other people to do the same thing.
Somebody else would like to ask a question? Yes? And then
How did you create Plum Village?
What's your name? Kafir. Well, dear Kafir and dear everyone, actually, Plum Village is created by you also. All of us create Plum Village. So Plum Village belongs to no one, and Plum Village belongs to everyone. And this is our spirit. It's a community where everyone can come and find that this is their home, just like you. This is where we can come and meet all of our friends and grow up together, we learn together, and face life difficulties together if difficulties come up later for you. But for everyone else, it's also a place where we can just relax and take a little break. And Plum Village is the way that it should be from what you want it to be. So you create Plum Village, how you see it. And all of us together, we build it. We make it stronger. So to answer your questions, it's us. It's also you. So I hope you continue to come and help us build Plum Village.
how do I express myself in order to open my inner compassion? Open my inner compassion.
That's a very good question. Okay, I have a question for you. Why do you have this question? Because you want to help others. Yes, very good. So, in order to be able to help others, we need to understand them. We need to understand what they like, what they don't like, what they need, and what they don't need. There is a story of Thai, our teacher. Someone was very, very happy to meet Thai, and then that person offered durian to Thai, like a very special fruit. But Thai doesn't like durian because it smells very strong. But that person didn't know. So it's important to learn how to listen to that person. Maybe that person says something, your mom, your friend, your brother or sister, if you have. But also that person, she doesn't say things, but you can feel, something is going on in that person. I can feel it. I can feel that person is sad or maybe angry, but she doesn't say it, but I can feel. And sometimes we can speak, but sometimes we can also share our love without words. Just by offering the love we can feel for that person. Maybe just a hug, or maybe just to take her hand and have a walk, or maybe just to play with that person. And we know that when we do that, that person feel the love from us. And we also can feel the love inside of us. So if in our family, or if we have some friends that we know maybe they suffer, maybe they are sad, or they have some difficulties, and we want to help, the best thing we can do is just to be there for them. Just to smile to them, just to maybe, play with them and offer our presence. And that's the best gift we can do to the one we love. And the best way to express our love, our compassion. Does that make sense? Yes? Here we are. Whew. Thank you. So I think we have one more question, because we have someone who really wants to ask a question, right? Okay, you can come. And then after, it will be, you can continue to ask your question to the children program. The sisters are saying yes. Okay, so we will listen to one sound of the bell, and we can breathe, and then you can ask your question.
Can you be gay and also be a nun? Gay and also be a nun.
Yes. Thank you. So we will listen to the small bell, and then the children can stand up and with the staff, the volunteers, and you can bow, and then you can go to your tents. You're outside the hall.
Dear everyone, dear brothers and sisters. Um, my question is, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. um, when I do what in my head is formal practice, I feel that my body tense up. I'm kind of on the job. It can be walking meditation. I'm kind of walking very cautious, and sitting I'm kind of, yeah. So I don't feel the ease so easily. And then sometimes outside of formal practice, I can suddenly drop into ease. So how can I work to get more ease into also the situations where I kind of, which is kind of defined as more formal practice? Thank you.
Dear friends, the moment when you recognize that you are tense, so just relax. And every time when you feel you tensed or stressed, you can relax. And the more you practice, the more you relax, the more you feel at ease. And you can practice like this every day, every moment, even when you don't practice. And sometimes there's something happen, our body also become very tensed and stressed. So if you are aware of your body, so just relaxed. And slowly, slowly it's become the habit energy. It's like when you start to learn driving. Everyone, when we start to drive, we're very stressed and tensed. And we just focus in too much in our driving. But when we know how to drive, we can enjoy. And we can drive on the highway, we can drive everywhere and just enjoy. And even we can enjoy the nature while we are driving, right? So exactly the same with our practice. To train yourself, take time to train it and smile to yourself more often. Smile to our tension, our stress also. And don't blame ourselves. Don't blame ourselves. Why I have to be like this? Why I have to be like that? Just relax when you recognize you are tense and stressed. That's it. Thank you.
Dear sisters, dear Sangha, my name is Diana, and it's easy for me to make a commitment to others, but it's more difficult to make a commitment to myself, even knowing that it will be for my own benefit. So my question is, how can I motivate and make commitments to myself?
Can you give us an example with the microphone so everyone can hear? Thank you.
Yes. In the 5 mindfulness trainings, I would like to commit to make a commitment, serious and honestly. But it's difficult for me do it for myself. I can show you the others that I have a commitment, but I often lie to myself and do things that are not in the way I want to do it.
So we are not separated from the others. And we know that when we do something, even if it appears to be for the others, it ends up being for us. In your question, I feel there is maybe a need to maybe please others, or maybe there is too much care of what the people think of you. And it's all related to, do they love me? I need some love. I need to be loved. And we know that if we only look for love outside, we will never feel fulfilled. So, the way to start is inside. And and we need to accept the reality that no one is perfect. That we all have weakness, we all make mistakes, we all have limitation. And the most beautiful thing is to accept the way we are. And accept that we are not like maybe the others want us to be. And this is the beginning of a beautiful journey of self-acceptance, self-love. And in those steps, this is where I can say, yes, I want to go in that direction. I want to commit. And if the word commit is too strong for you or you don't relate, just change. Just change the word that is inspiring you to walk that path and to be inspired and to touch the joy of going in that direction. But if you commit and there is no joy, forget about it. If it's only, making you tense or making you feel guilty because maybe you will make some mistakes, maybe you will have a cup of wine or something like that, and then no, is not the purpose of walking the path. The purpose of walking that path is to understand and love. And the first being that we must understand and love is ourselves. And then from there we can love and understand other people and all beings. So maybe it's to change the wording, the words, and also look into this relationship between you and yourself. And not you and others, but you and yourself. How can I start loving myself the way I am, accepting myself the way I am, and knowing that no one is perfect. I am not perfect, but I am doing my best. And if you tell yourself, if you ask yourself, am I doing my best? And the answer, the true answer inside is yes. Then you know that you are on the path of transformation. Okay? So don't look outside, look inside. Yeah? And if the word commitment is too strong or doesn't, make you feel, yay, then maybe, find another word that makes you say, yes, I want to do it. Because it will not affect the content, the essence of the path. Thank you.
I would like to add. I would like to add a little bit more. Thank you for your beautiful answer. I just would like to add a little bit. In our practice, sometimes we fail. And for me, I fail many times. And I always say, I will start again. And again and again and again. And maybe 10 years later, I also say that I will start again. So don't give up. Just start again and again and again. Until you don't say, I start again, then you go ahead. So everything needs train. So if we fail in our practice, it's also okay. Just smile to yourself and continue. Don't put too much effort, but enjoy it, as our sister just shared. Yeah, so it is what I would like to add. Thank you. But the start, the 10th time, the 15th time is different with the beginning. And maybe you start 10 times, 20 times, and you success forever. Thank you.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. I'm also a bit nervous. You're slightly intimidating. Thank you so much for all the Dharma teachings and for being open to questions. I'm wondering if you can speak to the balance or the process of being in the now and being present while also holding space to set a vision for where you want to go. I struggle with this because I feel like I need clarity of where I'm going and what I'm working towards, but that is very much manifesting from the future. And I'm wondering if you can share how to manage this tension or balance between the two. Thank you.
Good morning. So dear friends, the future is always made up the present. Wherever that's in our heart now, is that what will be in the future. We always need to plan. It's our nature to plan. We always should think ahead where we're going, what we want to do. But we observe when we make these plans. Are we being worried? Is there seeds of worriness arise in us as we're making these plans? Is there fear in our heart when we make our decision? Is there anger in our heart, in our mind, in our body when we are about to do something or plan to do something? So this is very important, because if we are able to recognize in the present moment our feelings, our anxieties, then we know for sure the decision we make may not be the perfect one. It will be the one that is being pulled by our emotions, our fear especially. A lot of time it's fear and anxiety that pull us and make us create these decisions that may not be the best one in the later time. So when we make plans, and us monastic, we do also the same. We have plans. We have next year's retreat. We have everything. But when we make it, we also make sure that we're in a space of harmony. So we are in harmony with ourselves, in harmony with those around us. So that takes a lot of time, actually, to really understand, especially when you make decisions for your family, what is the best for your family. So you have to sit and see and understand each member of the family, your spouse, your children, your parents, and then see, is it out of love? Are you making decisions out of love, out of care? So all of these things you have to contemplate on in the present moment. And that is very important to really understand yourself at that moment. So we have to sit, calm, observe our body to say if there's tensions in our body, observe our mind to see if the feelings that arise, and then we invite the solutions to come for these planning, for these things that we need to do. And I think that would be the best. So we can still make plans for the future in the present moment with full awareness of our body and our mind and our feelings. And at that moment, then I think it's a better way to make your decision. So we still can plan, but with mindfulness. So I hope that clear a little bit. And if my sister have others to add, please.
When you make plan for your future, you should trust. It's like when you sow the seed in Mother Earth, we also trust Mother Earth. We don't need to always thinking of the seed. When we plant seed, then we can eat, we can do our daily activity, and we also can water the seed, we can put the manure in it in order that one day it will come up and manifest, give flower, give the fruits. So exactly with our plant, we can plant, but we don't need to always think of our plant. If we always thinking of our plan, we become stressful, and our plan may take us away from the present moment. So making plan and enjoy the present moment when you are eating, when are you drinking, when are you do other things, and it's like the process for your plan manifest. And your mind, your peace is very important. If your mind is peaceful, so it will add more in your plan and it make the plan manifest fully. It's like when you are present with the seed, so you know what the seed need. Maybe they need more water, you put more water. They need more manure, you put more manure. They need more sun, you can get sun for the tree. So it is the same with your plant. Your plants is also organic. You can add more idea, more thing, more whatever you can into your plant in order that your plant can manifest beautifully. for the future by your peaceful mind. So the peace is very important. Go back to present moment, enjoy the present moment in order that you can get peace. Step into peace in every moment. Thank you.
So there is an evolution, and then when you step into peace, you have the ability to be in the space of not knowing. So we have different kind of decision and different kind of plans in our life. Some plans and decision need to be made like tomorrow, but also maybe some of us, we have experience or we will experience some kind of, okay, maybe there is something in my life that needs to change, like, big change in our lives, or big plans. And maybe those kind of change and decision or plans need time. And during that process of maturing and growing inside of us, like exactly what my sister say, generating peace in the present moment, it's okay not to know exactly what will be the form of maybe the need of change or the need to do something else or go somewhere else. So just to maybe learn something that we are not used to learn of, it's okay not to know right now, and it's okay not to act right now and to fix the thing, okay? If we can, if our environment and our life allow us to take time, then we should really take this opportunity to learn this art of being peace in the present moment without knowing what the future will be. We have a sense of what it will be because we know that the seeds of peace, understanding and love will be continuing in the future, but we don't know what kind of form it will take. And it's okay because there is trust, there is peace, there is love, understanding that is growing in us. Thank you.
Dear Thai, dear Sangha, this is the third year that I brought my children to Plum Village, and it has so many benefits for them. When about 3 months ago, my son has been waking up in the night and calling me in and saying that he feels useless. And I offer love and comfort, and of course you're not useless, and try and list all the reasons why, and he still continues to feel that way. And before we came, I asked him, maybe this is a question that he could bring. And so I asked him last night, would you like to bring the question to the Sangha today? And he said, I don't feel that way here. And then he said, but I'm afraid I'll feel it again when I come home. And so I would like some help with what I could say or do. I mean, I offer him love, and if that feeling comes back, how I can help him with it. Thank you. 11.
dear friends, dear Sangha. I'll start a little bit and I'll ask my sister for help. Actually, at such a young age of 11, it's actually not that young. A lot of the young children nowadays already thinking about life, thinking about what they want to do, and also where they belong in society. So the feeling of being useless or not worthy also come up in many of them. And also for us, if we remember back when we were young. So one thing what I think that we can do is having constant positive feedback for him. Every time he do something great or help you out, also acknowledge that, so that way he knows. Also for ask him to do things, also help you with this, help you with that, but also give him a directions in life. Because sometime when, well, at least for my case, when I was young, when I feel useless, I didn't have a direction in life. I don't know what I want to do. You know how kids grow up, they say, oh, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a doctor. I didn't have any of that in my mind when I was 11 years old. At that time, I just came over from Vietnam to America, and I hated the world. I mean, I hated everything. So for me, I didn't have anything to aim for except for hatreds in my heart. So because of that, I also feel like this world is not, I don't belong to this world. And the useless part is also feeling like that. Like you're not really belong. Why are you here? What am I doing here? So we had to give him purpose. And this is something that really need for you to sit with him and see what is his interest, and then encourage that. But mainly on a day-to-day basis, we have to water his flower, the practice here, just to acknowledge that he's there, acknowledge the things that he's doing, and also to see what friends he have. Also, we need friends, because during that time, it helps me because I start making friends. In the beginning, when I came to America, I did not have any friends. And that's why I feel kind of like lonely. But once I start having friends, hanging out with others, then spark some interest in things that I wanted to do. So this is also another directions that we can try to see if we have friends, and find ways to facilitate or find ways to encourage him to play sport, make friends, and things like that. So I think that would be one part, but I think the main part is just to acknowledge that he's there, acknowledge the good things that he's doing, and also ask him to help with many things, and then give him flowers after that. I think that would be the first start. But then as continues, we have to observe more, and maybe to have a close relationship with a psychiatrist to see if there's others that they know of ways, more children's teenage way. I'm not very good with children and teenagers, so this is only from my own experience. But I hope my sisters who have experience with teenagers would add a little bit more insight into this. But thank you for your question.
To praise him more often and discover his talents, and encourage him to continue, and tell him that every talent is precious talents. Every talent is valuable, no matter which one, and just encourage him to continue to do that, because everything is very valuable to contribute to family and also society, any area. So just continue to praise him. Thank you.
Okay, so my brother and sister have looked into how to nourish your son, and maybe I will look into how to protect your son. I don't know if maybe he has a phone. No, he doesn't. Okay.
But he
Because
plays video games. But he plays video games.
yeah, because that seed has been watered. That seed of feeling useless. So perhaps looking with him how does that seed has been watered. Is it at school? Is it some friends? Or is it the news that for sure he is hearing from, different people? Or so what is it that water that seed of being useless? And then when not like recognizing how it is watered, then we know the source of that seed being has grown, and cutting that source if we can, or maybe staying less with that person or that person could help eventually, in parallel of doing this nurturing and generating beautiful seeds in him. So that goes together. That's the 4 right efforts. Yeah. So when there is a positive moment, yay, acknowledging this is beautiful thing. He has talent. So how can you help him to touch those seeds, positive seeds that are dormant, and then the negative of feeling useless or what's the point, or when they are there, how can you take care? How can you help him to embrace those feelings and avoiding those feelings to come up? But that doesn't mean pushing, because it needs to flow. And just to offer your loving presence, love, 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 love. If there is tears, it's okay. Just to allow the process of understanding how these seeds are, why that seed has come up and is now strong. And then bit by bit, at the same time of nourishing other kind of seed, bit by bit, that seed will diminish, but it will always stay. Yeah, like all of us. If I stop nourishing, good things, then the weeds will come for sure. And then when they are there, then it will take me some time to clean the garden and some efforts to clean the garden and to say, okay, now I need to nourish beautiful seeds in me. I have ignore and take it for granted. So even today, after living in Plum Village since 2006, so quite a few years, if I don't pay attention, if I don't nourish beautiful seeds, they will diminish. And of course, what we call negative seeds will come up, that's for sure, because they are always ready to come. Thank you. Si les francophones, vous voulez poser une question, je pourrais traduire la question. So if the francophone would like to ask a question, I can translate the question in English. So no excuse. Another question? Yes.
Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for giving the space for questions, dear Sangha. I didn't think I would ask a question, but after this last question, this came up. Having teenage, adolescent children, what to do when they push us away, when they say, go away. What do I do as a mother or as a parent?
I think I will pass the microphone to my sister and brother because I was like that. Until I arrive in Plum Village. So, and I haven't yet really looked into this deeply, so I haven't no answer yet.
Dear friends, I think that each case is different. We cannot have the one method to apply for everyone. So the thing is, you have to look deeply to see how and what your children need. And ask yourself the question, do I have enough time? Do I have enough space to my children? Do I listen to my children enough? Do I force my children do something, even the good thing? Because deep inside, everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to have freedom. I see that it is the way my parents did it for me when I was a child or teenager. If my mom asked me, you have to do this, you have to do that. As a girl, you have to do this, you have to do that. As a girl, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. I always rebel, reject it. Because deep inside, we want to be free. Even we know that whatever my mother say maybe is right, but we don't want to do. But my father, maybe he understood me and he just explained to me, this way will bring these results. That way will bring that result. So it depends on you how to decide. And when he say like that, I have tendency to follow his advice, follow the good thing. Because I feel that I have free to be choose. And because of love, I choose as my father wanted me to do. And because of that, we can share each other. My father shared with me how it is, how the effects, how the result, if I do this, if I do that. And very close to each other, we can talk to each other. So maybe sometimes because we are hurrying for our children, we are afraid we are not free enough for our children make a mistake. We are very afraid of mistake. But making a mistake is sometimes very important for our children to learn from themselves and to have the experience. And we also help them to grow up. But our habit energy to fix it right away because sometimes we don't have time, we are not so patient, so we want everything is correct, we want everything is proper. So it is why we don't dare to let our children do mistakes. But there's nothing wrong to do mistake. We can learn from that, and we can teach how for our children to learn from his or her mistake. And they feel free. They feel you are as their their friends, and they can share with you. I had my older sister, and her son always share story with her, even when his girlfriend left him away. He also told his mother. I think that the way we communicate with our children is very important. Deep inside, everyone wants to do good thing. Deep inside, everyone wants to love and want to be loved. But when they are free, when they are happy, and when they are joyful, they will do the good thing. But when they are not happy, when they don't feel free, they do something like react, reject, rebel. So offer them joy, happiness, show them the way, let them free to choose. They will choose the right thing. For me, I see that the children very smart because their mind very clear, very smart. But sometimes because we don't know how to nourish them, so they become rebel and reject. I just told you the story of my nephew for fun. I had opportunity to go back home to take care of my father when he was sick, and he came to stay with me, and he ate vegetarian with me, and I didn't cook deliciously, so he just ate one bowl. That's it. And one day when his mom came, and she cooked very deliciously, and he ate one bowl and another bowl, and then he asked for third bowl of rice. And his mom said that no, you have to stop. You have to eat in moderation. You have to overcome your temptation. You have to master yourself. And he said that you don't master yourself. Why you ask me master myself? And she said that I master myself. I eat in moderation. Even the fruit is good, is delicious or not, I always eat in moderation. And he said that the other day, you stay up late to watch film until midnight. You see, he linked it quickly. Even when his mom stay up late to watch film, he didn't say anything. So whatever we are doing, we transmit to our children right away in the present moment, and they receive all. Don't say that until in the future we will transmit to them our galaxy. No, we transmit to them every moment in our daily life. Whatever we are doing, they receive them. They receive right away. So sometimes we blame our children. They like this, they are like that. And sometimes we compare our children with the children of other people. And you know, the children, they don't want us to compare them with other people. They want us to treasure, to cherish themselves. They want us to be happy, to be joyful with them, whatever they are doing. And everything, every career is a good career. So sometimes there's something happen with our children. Instead of blaming, we go back to ourselves and to ask our question deeply. What we have done. What we have done. So it is the invitation for everyone to look deeply into ourselves. Sometimes we are busy and we just see the results, but we don't see the roots and the causes why it can bring this result. And when we look deeply, we will have the answer. And we have to be brave to correct ourselves, to be brave to say sorry to our children, and to be brave, courageous to do the good thing, because we know that is very important. Whatever we are doing, we transmit to them right away. If you do good thing, you will transmit to them the good thing. Thank you very much for your question.
Okay. Looking back, I do have a little something to share. I knew that anything, whatever would happen, I knew that my parents would be there. So maybe this is something you can look and cultivate, patience, and then whenever your son or daughter, or like both, or whenever they ask your presence, be there. You put aside whatever you were planning to do, and you are 100% here for them. That's the most important.
Dear sisters and brothers, dear Sangha, thank you. My question is, how can I function and be open-hearted in the world when everything that makes me open-hearted seems to make me cry? I don't know if I was nervous to ask this question because I thought maybe I'm the only one. But I feel like everything that's painful or suffering in the world, as well as all the joyful things, anything that moves me really makes me fill up with emotion and tears.
I start with a little sharing, and then my brother and sister can add. So I am the same. And I noticed that when I have more solidity in myself, then I'm less, shakeable. So even if I feel a wave of emotion coming up when I am in touch with the suffering, I can remain centered and stable and present without, even if maybe there is one tear or something, it doesn't matter. So the emotion is not the problem. The problem, so-called problem, is if it's when we are, overwhelmed, and then we lose our capacity to see clearly, and then we drown into the suffering of the world. Okay, so that's why it's important to every day, just like the seed of joy, to nourish the seed of joy every day, but also to nourish a kind of presence that is anchored, something almost earthy, something that we can take refuge in whenever we need it. So straight away, we can tap into this feeling, bodily sensation of I am grounded, I am solid like a mountain, I feel stable, even though there is emotions coming up. I can stay with those emotions without being pushed away. Okay. And the other aspects for me is, and for all of us, is to look, where does those tears come from? Do they belong to me, or do they belong to all of us? So all the fear, all the sadness, despair is not just our. It also belongs to many people who are feeling the same. So we don't identify ourselves with those emotions. They are not ours. So this is my duty, to nourish joy, peace, and stability in order to take care of those emotions that belongs to the consciousness of humanity, of the world. And then to bring into that stream of consciousness beauty, hope, peace, forgiveness, love, understanding. So we do both at the same time.
Crying is not something wrong. Crying sometimes good. Some people cannot cry. Even they want to cry, but they cannot cry. So if you want to cry, just cry. Cry as a baby. And after crying, we become released. We become light. And we become happy. The thing is to balance ourselves. When we touch the suffering of people, of the world, and it's water the compassion inside of us, and we would like to help, we'd like to do something, but we have to balance with ourselves. When we touch the suffering of other people, we also suffer, because we also belong to the world, we belong to our family, we belong to our friend. So it is why it's impact on each other. So we suffer, but only enough for us to continue. If it's too much, we have to stop. Suffering is too much, it's not good. Even joy and happiness, if it's too much, it's not good either. Because if joy, happiness too much, it will pull you away of the present moment. It will pull you away of the mindfulness. But the key is to be mindful with your joy, with your happiness, and also with your suffering. So you have to know your capacity. You have to know your limit. When is the limitation? If enough, so you have to stop. In order that you cultivate compassion, in order that you can do more. If it's too much for you, maybe you become exhausted, you become burnout, and you cannot continue. But we stop to nourish ourselves in order that we can continue and do more. So aware of our capacity, aware of limit, and stop at the right limit, right moment is very important. And your limitation is different with my limitation and different with other people limitation. So everyone had to look deeply into ourselves to know where is our limit. And please cry if you want to cry. Nothing wrong with crying, right? In the June retreat, when we had the presentation with our retreatants, I sat there and crying almost few minutes, 5 minutes. And I didn't see that is something wrong. Crying sometimes with suffering, but sometimes with compassion, with love, with care. So just cry. Thank you.
Bonjour, chère Paille, cher Sangha, chers frères, chères sœurs. Ma maman est très malade. Elle a un cancer très grave depuis 3 ans maintenant. Elle n'a que 76 ans, mais mon papa, il a 10 ans de plus.
So, dear Thai, dear brothers and sisters, my mom is very sick. She has a serious cancer and she's still very young. She's only 76. And my father
A 10 ans de plus, il a 86 ans.
has 10 more years.
Et il est extrêmement paniqué à l'idée de rester tout seul, certainement. C'était pas dans ses plans.
And he's going into panic mode with the idea of maybe being alone because he didn't plan this.
Donc ma question est la suivante. Comment puis-je les aider, sachant que j'habite assez loin de chez eux et qu'ils ne sont pas très ouverts aux discussions et ils ne sont pas vraiment dans l'écoute.
So my question is, how can I help them, knowing that I am living a little bit afar, and also they are not really open to discussion. So how can I help?
Dear friends, it is the practice and we need time to accept separation, to accept death, to accept separation from our beloved one. First of all, we have to share of our understanding, of our compassion with your parents, with your father. Like you have to stay in their shoes to really understand them. So first of all, if you would like to give them advice or share with them, you have to be there to understand their suffering. We cannot say that, oh, it's okay, that is normal because it's impermanent. If we can say that with our monastic, it's okay. But it's not okay with some other people. So we have to share their suffering. Our teacher gave us a sentence to practice. We have treasured our remaining days of our life and smiling happily on the path I walk on. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days still remaining is very important. How we can look deeply into our daily life in order that we can bring joy and happiness to each other, even we still have the 1 day or 2 days, 3 days left to live. So you can share with your parents that maybe if we cannot do nothing, so we still treasure the remaining days we have each other. Do good thing in order that when the other person pass away, we don't feel regret. Some people suffer too much after our beloved one pass away, not because not only we love them, but because we feel regret that we have done or we haven't done, or we have spoke or we haven't spoken certain thing to our beloved one. So to avoid that situation, we look deeply to see what can we do to offer our beloved one joy and happiness. And in order that when the people pass away, they don't feel regret. And we never know its impermanence. Sometimes we think that your mom had a serious cancer. Maybe she passed away before your father. We never know. Some situation happens like that. It's like the case of my sister. She go back to take care of her father because her father got sick. But then it turned out her mother passed away before her father. We never know. And also we go back to take care of your mom. How to take good care of herself in order that she can live peacefully. She can accept the situation. I don't know if she has the capacity to accept it. Yeah, it is good already. So she also treasures the remaining days of her life. 1 day is very precious. 2 days, 3 days is very precious. So try to live the remaining days meaningfully. Meaning here doesn't mean that she has to do something to help other people, but like say or sometimes just be herself already bring a lot of meaning to other people. The way she accepts her cancer, the way she speaks, can be wonderful. Can be wonderful. And you can share that with your mom and your father. If you see any good quality inside of her, so you can say that. Little by little, because I don't really understand deeply your situation, but maybe you recognize what good quality inside of you that is transmitted to you by your mom, and you can share that. You know, mom, I see that I am the same with you because I know that you transmit this to me. Even you are not aware of this, but I recognize it. I can do it easily because yours. Sometimes when you do something easily, it's not because it's happened naturally, but because our parents transmit to us. So you can go back to yourself to treasure the good quality inside of you more often and say to your mom. And if you say to your mom like that, you make her happy. And when she's happy, you make your daddy happy. And your daddy will not be worried at all because he's very happy. There's no reason to worry. And do it more often and say thank you to her. Express gratitude to her and to father also. So it is a precious gift. So you do whatever you can in order that when she passes away, you don't feel regret. But don't force yourself too much. Because when we force ourselves too much, we become very tensed. And when we become very tense, we say something, we bring tension to other people too. So do in a capacity allow you to do. Yeah, thank you very much for your question. We Dear friends, we are sorry that the time is end. So we don't have more time. Maybe you can bring your question in your Dharma sharing, or you can have the consultation with your facilitator, or I can offer you the consultation if you want. But we may end here for everyone to do walking meditation, to enjoy the nature, enjoy the step, and relax our body, and also change our position to relax. So thank you very much for being here, for all your wonderful questions and also deep listening. So I hope that the question and answer benefits for everyone. And thank you very much for being here.